Hi everybody, welcome to the makeup chair. So today we're doing two looks in one. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a really simple, beautiful look for a formal or a Debs or a prom, and then how to change it so it kind of suits you and kind of makes it more kind of dramatic, and it kind of ends up like this. But you can add and take anything that you want from this video, and I just really hope that you enjoy it and keep watching. Whatever type of primer that you have available, or you don't have to use a primer. What I used to do when I was younger, and this is what I did for my own Debs, is I made sure that my lids were covered with concealer and a little bit of foundation. Then I used my powder, like a stick loose powder or a matte kind of pressed powder, put a little bit over the lids, and it actually stops from creasing. And that's how I got my eye makeup to stay on during my Debs. So now we're going to move on to the shadows we're going to be using. This is Color Rush. This is what it looks like. So it's these three basic shades. Now, any type of trio kind of combination is going to work. Now, I'm going to be using this kind of really neutral palette because it's going to suit everybody pretty much. But using three colors is going to work really well for you. And make sure that one of them is pretty close to your natural skin tone. So that middle one's kind of natural to my skin tone. That's going to help you blend. So we're first of all going to start off with the lighter shade. So you want to brush this all over the lid, and any type of basic eyeshadow brush is fine. You can even use the applicator that comes with this, but I'm just going to be using this brush. You just want to make sure you really get it into the corners, and then you can bring it up here for a little bit of highlight because it is a little bit lighter, so it's going to help shape the brows. So now we're going to move on to the second shade, well actually the third shade. So I'm going to be using a blender brush in a few seconds, but I'm just going to use this one for now. So we're just going to put that on the outer third of the eye. This is a look that I do all the time. Like, it is one of my favorite looks, but I'm just going to be showing you guys how, because I did this before, but I used Urban Decay stuff, which is kind of expensive, I think. So this is just a different, cheaper alternative, and you get exactly the same results and you don't break the bank. Now we're going to take our blender brush. I would invest in a blender brush, even though these colours blend really, really well together anyway, so you don't really need it, but I would suggest getting a nice fluffy brush. Perhaps try out Penny's or something like that, because I know that they have decent brushes in there, but I don't know if they're exactly fluffy brushes. Now we're going to use the middle shade, and we're going to put this just over that one and bring it up towards the brow, and that kind of creates a shadow in there, but it also helps us blend. And then you want to blend it in the middle as well, like that. Now we're going to move on to lining the lids, which can be kind of difficult, and you want to make sure that you practice really, really well before your Debs, so that on the day of the Debs you're not going to be panicked and it'll all go wrong, right? And a little trick is to make sure you do your eye makeup first and then do your foundation. I've done it the opposite way today, but that's only because I was on camera. But you want to do your eye makeup first and then your foundation. So if you mess up your eye makeup, you can wipe it off and it's totally fine, and then you can just start new again. I'm going to be using this gel liner, which I wouldn't suggest actually using it for the Debs, as it doesn't last all day long, or all night long. But this is gel liner by Primark. It's about €2 or €3 or something. And then I'm going to be using this basic brush like this. Now if you don't have a brush like this, you can also try a very small lip brush. So you want to make sure you're not going on straight like this. You want to go on sideways, and it's just going to make it easier for you. And we're going to do a very, very thin line, keeping right at the lash line, and try and keep your hand quite steady. You want to make sure you rest it on your actual cheek or on the table or something, so it's not just like in the midair, if you know what I mean. Just place it right by the lashes, and this is going to make your lashes look thicker as well. So keep it right by the lashes. I have a magnifying mirror that I'm going to be using just to make it really simple for me. as you get into the inner part of the eye, let the line taper, like let it get thinner, and stop wherever your natural lashes stop. So my lashes stop in there, so I'm going to stop there as well. Now we're going to make sure that the gel liner stays on by using a shadow. So I'm just going to take, where is it here? Just going to take that darker brown shade right there, and then just go over that same line again, just to make sure that it's kind of mattified and it's not going to go on the top of the lid or anything like that. So just press it on. But this step is really totally optional. So even though that liner is totally optional, you can actually try something else. And if you don't want to use like a gel liner or liquid liner, you can always take your pencil liner and put it on the upper part of your waterline, which is right up there. So you can just put it in and let it run across, and it also gives like a, kind of a smoky, more of a smoky effect. But this is kind of more I don't know, solid. It's going to last a little bit longer than using that one, because that one tends to go to the inner part of your eye, kind of go a little bit goopy. So just by putting it on the actual lid, it's going to prevent that. But we're going to move on to mascara. The mascara I'm using here is the Max Volume Flash Mascara. This is by Rimmel. It's the pink one. And I love it. It's so pretty. So we're just going to take a little bit of that. I love how this is really lengthening, and it gets a really nice build up, so you can keep building them, or you can add fake lashes. So now you would just want to fill in your eyebrows. So you can take an angled brush and a shadow. I think a shadow works a little bit better than a pencil, because pencil is more like a wax base, so I think it kind of runs a little when you get a little bit hot, whereas the shadow sticks on a little bit better. So I'm just going to start filling it in, not in the in part here, but just at my arch, and then downwards. And then you want to brush through them with some clear mascara or a little bit of hair gel or something like that, just to keep them in place. So we're going to move on to the lips. I'm going to show you a few different ways of doing the lips. So we're keeping it quite neutral. So I'm first of all going to line my lips, because it's going to stop them from kind of disappearing. Now you can use two things here if you want to go very natural. You can use a gloss, which is this is 3D Effect, and it is number 34. So I'm just show you guys what that looks like. It's just a very kind of nudie pink, which will go pretty much with every type of dress that there is out there. Or another look that I would say, this is actually a new one that I'm not going to open because it's not mine, but this is Fragile Pink, and this is what it looks like. It's this very nice kind of pinky shade, and this is by N.Y.C, and I think it's about $2.45 or something like that, so it's not expensive. Okay, for the second look, to make it a little bit more funky, we've taken this N.Y.C color. This is Blue Rose, and I absolutely love it. So you just put this on, and it's really, really concentrated. A little bit goes a long way with this one, and it really does stay on. I hope you understand what I said. But a little bit goes a long way, and it'll last a really long time as well. So just to make sure that you put it on with a brush, because it'll actually make it easier for you, because it can get a little bit messy if you're using just this kind of thing. So any type of brush that you might have, just slap it on with that. A little tip to use your mascara to get your own kind of fake lash look, because then you can see how I've done this side as opposed to this side, which only has like one layer of mascara on, is to get it right to the root and kind of wiggle it outwards. So you want to get it right down there, because that's what makes it look really kind of like a false kind of look, and it really thickens up the lashes. So get it right under there and kind of do the wiggle, and then you can just brush out when you get to the kind of tip of it. So just keep building them up, and curling them quite well will help us big time. But you got to make sure that you do it while the mascara is dry, or you have no mascara on, because otherwise you can cause breakage and stuff like that, and you can pull out your lashes. So really be careful with that. But yeah, get them right to the root, and then wiggle, and then just brush when you get to the top. That is our second look finished, and I really hope that you enjoyed that one. And it's just a way of taking a very simple look and kind of keep adding, keep jazzing it up to make it a little bit more dramatic. So I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys will let me know what you think. And I really hope that you guys have a great prom or formal dance or Debs, and just let me know how it goes. I'm Sineadycady, and thanks for watching.